Hello, my name is Bill Mahone, Chairperson of the Student Activities Department, and welcome to the 2020-21 John Abbott College Service and Leadership Awards. We are here to honor students who have made a significant contribution to student life on campus. Who would have thought that after 1 year we would still be presenting our awards virtually? We started the year in the fall welcoming 1,400 students to campus for new student orientation. And for many, they thought that it would be a normal semester. But it turned out that for most students, their classes would be online. We were forced to adapt to a new reality, a virtual one, empty hallways, classes online, a lot of virtual workshops, and clubs trying to keep their members engaged. Seeing the few students when they were on campus for labs or exams was a breath of fresh air. Welcome to the 2020-21 reality. We have to say a very special thank you to all our club leaders. They have worked hard to come up with creative ways to further club activities online. It was not an easy feat, but most did a remarkable job. Going forward into the fall, we hope that student life will be back on campus. We hope that students will have the opportunity to experience college life. We hope to see clubs back on campus and in their club rooms. We hope the agora and the hallways will be filled with some noise and activities and special events. It's just not the same without the students. We miss the noise, we miss the excitement. We miss the creativity and the energy that students bring to campus. We just miss students. A special warm welcome to all who are here to help honor our students, who are campus leaders. To help recognize the contributions of students, we have asked a few of our college administrators, faculty, and staff to participate with us. To get us started, I would like to invite the Director General of John Abbott College to say a few words, Mr. John Halpin.
First of all, welcome to our students, their parents, and to the John Abbott teachers and staff who are here for this celebration. As Bill mentioned, this has been a year of change. We wear masks, we wash our hands, we line up 2 meters apart, and we hope that vaccinations will win the race against variants. And we spend an exhausting amount of time in front of our screens. The world is changing rapidly, and the future is unclear. Still, the role of education is to prepare students for these changes and to hopefully help you be excited about the future. Today, we are recognizing students who, in spite of all this change, have had a strong impact on our JAC community. We are recognizing you, our best students. To be a leader usually means that you're capable of helping others to do things they did not know were possible, to find solutions and make positive change. For me personally, as a leader during this pandemic, I've learned that friends and relationships are really important. I've learned that we need to spend time thinking about the future if we want to be ready for it. As student leaders, I'm sure that you've also learned many things about yourselves. Remember what you've learned. It will serve you in the future. You've all managed to accomplish wonderful things, and the college is grateful. For me, knowing what our young leaders have done make me very excited about the future, because I know that their talents will help our future society to be a truly better place. Congratulations to our student leaders, and have a great evening.
Thank you, John. I would now like to welcome Gordon Brown, Academic Dean.
Hi, I'm Gordon Brown, Academic Dean. I want to congratulate everyone who's been involved in the Student Awards tonight. I have a confession to make, which was, it took me until a master's degree at university before I really started getting involved in student activities, in committee work, in the student clubs, and so on. So kudos to you for having been involved in your college time here at John Abbott, and especially on top of that, during a pandemic. I want to again say thank you for all of that you've contributed to both the college and to your fellow students and the broader community.
Thank you, Gordon. The final words will now come from Dennis Wade, Director of Student Services.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis Wade, and I'm the Director of Student Services. You probably didn't get a chance to see me too much, but normally I'm in the hallways and participating in a lot of the events. And I know that you, all the students have participated, been involved in trying to develop student life on campus, and this has not been an easy year. But I'll tell you one thing, it's all about learning and our student learning outcomes. And when you put yourself in an opportunity to have an exchange, that it be through Teams or Zoom, and meet up with students and learn some leadership skills and how to cooperate and discuss with people, these are all things that are invaluable skills that will help you along the way. So on behalf of the college, thank you very much for all your input in the learning that occurred during this year, this pandemic year. And remember, a great basketball coach once said, when I'm through learning, I'm through. So never stop learning. We're going to your next chapter in your life, to work, to school. Thank you very much on behalf of John Abbott College. Take care.
Thank you, Dennis. To be considered for a John Abbott Service and Leadership Award, a student must have been involved in extracurricular activities in one of the following ways: participated and made a meaningful contribution to student club, service organization, or a committee; contributed as a leader in the creation of a new project inside the college community; provided a service to other students at John Abbott College; or volunteered in and around the college. We will begin with the regular Service and Leadership Award and then move on to the outstanding awards. The first category is clubs. To present the recipients is Catherine Finley from the Student Activities Department.
This year we had 36 active clubs here at John Abbott. Students are the ones who originate and manage the clubs. New clubs this year included Animal Lovers Club, AAPI, Bullet Journal, Book Club, Jack Equalist Alliance, Law Club, and the Investment Club. Clubs are vital to a vibrant campus life. Engaged students develop a closer connection to the institution and, as such, typically do better academically. From the Animal Lovers Club, Dante Meldrum. When a leader was needed for this new club, Dante really stepped up. He worked hard to keep it active. Dante was also part of the Krispy Kreme fundraiser that raised $380 for the Montreal SPCA. Dante has also been elected as the new SUJAC VP Communications for the next academic year. The Black Student Union has had a very active year, raising issues of systemic racism, organizing multiple Black History Month events, and being part of the organizing committee of Voices, a 3-part intercollegiate discussion series. From the Black Student Union, Catherine Ndaye. Catherine was the president of this club. She was also an active member on Congress. Jessica Williams Daly. Jessica was one of the executives of the club. She was also an active member on Congress and a member of the Spirit Team, Jack Vobach, and Concert Band. From the Bullet Journal Club, Kiara Spino. Kiara was the president of this new club. She also helped with many college initiatives, including Congress, Student Advisory Committee, and the ALC Program Committee, just to name a few. The Cooking Club remains the #1 requested club among students. These leaders work hard to provide opportunities to share and experiment with simple recipes. This year, the Cooking Club came together to package meals in a jar for students taking part in the food pantry. From the Cooking Club, co-leaders Megan Burt, Lara Ajala, who is also one of the leaders of the Christian Club, Jane Solosi. Jane was an active member of Congress and will take on a co-leadership role with Lara next year. From the Jack Equalist Alliance Club, Ivana Riveros Ortega. Ivana is one of the founding members of the club, which focuses on gender equality, healthy versus toxic relationships, and consent. She was also a Congress member and has been elected as president of SUJAC for this upcoming year. From the Robotics Club, Adam Beatty. Adam is the president of the club. This year, Adam brought the club together to compete in the CRC robotics competition in April. A few days before the competition, the government added more restrictions. The team could watch virtually but could not gather to present their robot. Adam was the designated person to present. He was also an active member of Congress. Jackman. It was a tough year for Model United Nations in general. Their conference experience went from in-person to online, adding an additional 12 to 14 hours of screen time over the weekend schedules. From Jackman, Grace Fawaz, USG Personal Relations of Jackman 2021. Kayla Osman, USG Finance. She was the student in charge of liaising with the other schools for this year's conference. Kayla was also a member of Congress. Paige Sewell, USG of Committees for Jackman. Rachel Anson. Rachel was the internal coordinator of Jackman this year. She was also a member of Congress. Sean Watson. Sean was the chargé d'affaires of the Jackman conference this year. In addition, he was a writing tutor during the fall semester. From the Jack Harvest Club, Sophia McVetti. In addition to being a co-leader to a revived Jack Harvest Club, Sophia was a member of the EcoJack Club and a student rep on the college's Sustainability Committee. From the Spirit team, Christina DeLuca. Christina was also an active member of Congress. She provided representation on several college committees, including Harassment Awareness and the Social Justice Committee.
Thank you, Catherine. The next category is for service organizations. Service organizations and governance are made up of Bandersnatch, C-Sky, and the Student Union of John Abbott College, SUJAC. These organizations are large and complex and require the management of a large group of students. From Bandersnatch, Sebastien Sirocco. Sebastien was the editor-in-chief this year of the school newspaper, putting out 12 online issues and 2 printed issues. Vanessa Marion, the assistant editor-in-chief. Vanessa was responsible for the training of the staff and supervising production. Vanessa will take over as the editor-in-chief next year for this school newspaper. And the final recipient from Bandersnatch, Sofia Juranovic. Sophia was the arts editor for Bandersnatch. She was the glue that kept things together for this school newspaper. She provided extra content when necessary and designed a lot of the cover art for the school newspaper. From SUJAC, Emily Thom, president. As president, Emily liaised with the administration of the college. She was also the student rep on the John Abbott Board of Governors and was a member of the executive committee. Samuel Wong, VP Academic. Samuel was responsible for helping students through the process of academic complaints. He also worked with the college administration on developing a new procedural chart for dealing with conflict and academic complaints. Théophile Bourgeois. Theo was the VP internal of SUJAC, responsible for club administration and helped the clubs with the transition. Molly Gunyon, VP Finance. Molly is the chairperson of the SAC committee, responsible for the distribution of student funds on campus. She was also a executive member of MedLife. And Molly, in addition with Emily, helped with the creation of the Living Wall, which will be featured in the student lounge coming this fall. Jonathan Steinberg, VP External. Jonathan's responsible for liaising with the other students from the other schools. He created a lot of different activities and an online discount guide for students, featuring, among things, Bureau en Gros and Mr. Puffs. John Badarian, VP Communication. John is responsible for promoting SUJAC through their website and social media accounts. John organized many online activities and games for students that kept students engaged throughout the year. And from Congress, Sabrina Goriani. Quite simply, Sabrina has been one of the best secretaries of Congress in quite a long time. She was diligent, accurate. She made Barb's job much, much easier. Sabrina has been elected to the position of VP External for next year for SUJAC. Now let's move on to the next category, which is academics. Academics is the raison d'etre of the college. It's why we exist. And of course, there are many areas in the college where the help of students is required to make the programs or activities successful. We would like to thank those students who made a significant contribution. We have 2 presenters who will present the names of the recipients this year. Paul Chablot, Chair of Police Technology, and from Student Activities, Simon Ruffley. Let's begin with Paul Chablot.
Policing is a very, very demanding job, and it's not one day goes by that you can't see that a major story occurs somewhere in North America or parts of the world. So the role a police officer has to play is very serious. In our program, we demand excellence. And the people I'm about to present to you are 7 individuals who have strived hard to become members of our student association. They were elected by their peers, and they work extremely hard every day to maintain harmonious relations between the faculty and the students, to build and show extreme teamwork and help, and of course, to always be there for everybody in the community. These students are Jadzia Morin, Jake Danucci, Amanda McInnes Blanchette, Laurence Lapointe, Matthew Tadeo, Victoria Ledoux, and Zainab Al-Hassan. The career they have chosen will be difficult, but if they maintain the integrity and respect that they should and must give to the public will respect them back, and they will have an illustrious career. Congratulations. And now, without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Simon. I'd love to give him a big bear hug, but COVID won't let us. So Simon, it's all yours.
Continuing with the academic category, we have James Zhao, a peer mentor from the graphic and web design program. James went above and beyond the call of duty to support the fellow students in his program. His nomination was supported by multiple faculty members in his department. We also have Genevieve Monalesco, who's a peer tutor with the Academic Success Center. Genevieve has demonstrated a strong commitment as an English language tutor, and she continuously looks for new methods to help the tutees do their best. Also, as a peer tutor with the Academic Success Center, we have Matthew de Belfay. In addition to being a peer tutor and a note-taker, Matthew also participated in the Eco Challenge and the Cyclothon organized by the Indigenous Student Resource Center. Now we will move on to the final category, which is volunteerism. The college community relies on students who want to step up and get involved where and when they are needed. There are hundreds of volunteers who give of their time to make an impact. We would like to recognize those students who have made a significant contribution in this area. Our first student is Deirdre Lozon. In her first year as a Jack student, Deirdre has made it her mission to get involved. She was a producer of the virtual variety show in the fall, worked with the Kahoot group and the Multicultural Week committee. Deirdre has also been elected as the new SUJAC VP internal for the next academic year. Next, we have Stacy Pepin. Stacy was a member of the Reconciliation Committee and the Crossroad Committee. She has participated in several intercollegiate training sessions and was a student voice for indigenization. Mariam Emack. Mariam was a key member of the Indigenous teacher training. She spoke at the Reconciliation Conference and was a mentor with the Intercollegiate Decolonization Network. Lastly, we have Jennifer May. Jennifer also had a major impact at the college. She is a student advocate and mentor with the Intercollegiate Decolonization Network, and Jennifer was also a powerful speaker at the Reconciliation Conference.
Thank you, Simon. An Outstanding Service and Leadership Award is presented to those students whose contributions are of such a nature that their accomplishments are generally recognized throughout the college. Typically, the ideal candidate for an Outstanding Service Award is a student who has started a new project or activity, who went over and above the call of duty in their area of service, or whose contribution made a significant impact to college life. This year, 14 students were nominated. A selection committee carefully reviewed each nomination based on their contribution. The committee selected 4 students this year who made a difference to student life and who will receive the award. Each will receive a personalized plaque, and their names will be engraved on a larger plaque, which will be housed in student activities. Their names will be included along with the names of the students who made an outstanding contribution over the last 42 years. They will also receive a $500 SUJAC Bursary Award. The first 2 students to receive the Outstanding Service and Leadership Award are both Indigenous students. Both have been involved in the Intercollegiate Decolonization Network. Both have participated in the Reconciliation Conference, which played a key role in the systematic discrimination in CEGEP education in January. The first student, Miriam Imak. Miriam has done multiple media interviews related to decolonizing CEGEP education, recently speaking to City TV News about the need for more realistic representation of Indigenous peoples in all levels of an education. She addressed the factors that lead to tragedies such as Joyce Echequan's death with these words, "They can't see us, so they can't help us." I quote these words here so you get a sense of the intelligence and clarity of her thought and speech. Congratulations, Miriam. Our second student is Jennifer May. Jennifer is a single working mother of 3, a full-time ALC student, and has been a strong advocate for Indigenous students at John Abbott, as well as across the CEGEPs for the last 3 years. Despite her heavy family work and study commitments, Jennifer comes to almost every meeting or events where Indigenous students' needs are addressed. Jennifer is a moving and powerful speaker and visual communicator. She speaks with profound sensitivity to the struggles students face, their incredible potential, and she has been able to make concrete, actionable suggestions for change due to her acute awareness of the lived experience of students, the subtleties of teacher-student interaction, and the barriers that impede Indigenous student success. To present the next recipient of the Outstanding Service and Leadership Award is Shannon Kotler-Lowe from the Student Services Department.
Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Coulter-Lowe. I work in Student Services. I'm responsible for student engagement surrounding sustainability and also for the Sandbox program. So this year I've nominated Sophia McVetti for the Outstanding Award, along with numerous other staff members and faculty members. In her first year at Jack, Sophia has really gone above and beyond to contribute to the John Abbott community, specifically in regards to sustainability initiatives and projects. She sits on numerous clubs, groups, committees with the school, and her work to contribute to the projects that we're doing has really been phenomenal. She's taken a leadership role in I think all of those groups, even from the very beginning when we first started Jack Harvest Up again at the beginning of this year. She has a really keen insight into what a group or a project needs in order to get started. So whether it be, taking the initiative to create projects, to create content for posters, for Instagram posts, going out and talking to other student club members, to recruit people to come on board to projects. She's really shown a great initiative in that sense. One really amazing thing that Sophia did this semester was she met with the UNESCO chair for for education of the Sustainable Development Goals, and she asked the chair if he could come and do a talk at the school, and then she helped to coordinate that talk and organize that talk with a group of other students and staff members. And then finally, the last thing I'd like to say about Sophia is that she brings a really positive attitude to every single one of the meetings that she attends. And I think we really appreciate that positive attitude, in the middle of the pandemic and all the difficulties that we've been experiencing.
And now the final student for the Outstanding Service and Leadership Award is a student who used her position and influence to help support other students. Emily Thom, president of SUJAC. In addition to being the president, Emily was on the board of governors for John Abbott College and made a great impact. She was also a member of their executive team. Emily also participated in the organizing committee of the Student Leadership Conference and is one of the leading students in the Living Wall Agreement, where we will see a green wall in our student lounge next semester. She led the committee responsible for the changes of the SUJAC Constitution and spearheaded the SUJAC Movie Night. Please join me in honoring Emily Thom and all our other recipients. Well, that's it. We want to take time to congratulate every single one of our students who have received an award this year. Your contribution to student life and to your fellow students has made an impact and a difference that has been noted by your fellow students and the staff at the college. We appreciate your service, leadership, and dedication. To those moving on to university or the job market, we want to wish you good luck. And to those who are back with us next year, we are hoping we can count on you next year. On behalf of John Abbott College, we want to wish everyone a safe summer. Thank you.